After weeks of diplomatic roadblocks and political tensions, an aid convoy travelling from the UK to Gaza has finally arrived in the Gaza Strip. It was a moment rich in symbolism as over 100 trucks rolled over the border in spite of Israel's 2-year blockade. But the celebrations were marred by violence when a protest organised by Hamas led to clashes with Egyptian troops. One Egyptian soldier died and several Palestinians were injured. Hundreds of Palestinians also threw stones at Egyptian guards across the border, injuring 9 of them. The violence highlights growing tensions along the Egypt-Gaza border. Al Jazeera's Ayman Muhyiddin has the latest from Gaza.
After a month-long journey, the multinational aid convoy to the people of Gaza arrived at its final destination. To a warm welcome, the Viva Palestina Convoy crossed into Gaza with more than just much-needed aid and supplies. International activists from more than 15 countries brought with them a message to Gaza and the world.
We're of course trying to bring humanitarian aid as much as we can carry, and it's the biggest convoy so far, so we're getting bigger. But of course it's a drop in the ocean. As long as this siege continues, no number of convoys is going to solve the problems here. You're based here, you know the suffering here, you know the shortages and hardships here. So we're not only trying to bring in aid, we're trying to show the world there's a siege.
Since departing the United Kingdom in early December, the convoy crisscrossed its way across Europe and the Middle East, facing political setbacks and even clashing with Egyptian authorities, who convoy organizers accused of trying to hamper their humanitarian efforts, an accusation Egyptian officials reject. But the convoy's joyous arrival followed a bitter day along Gaza's border with Egypt. An impromptu rally organized by Hamas to protest the convoy's delayed arrival turned violent when Palestinians hurled rocks and climbed the barrier along the border. Palestinian security forces who tried to control the crowds were overwhelmed. Gunfire erupted across the border as security forces on both sides tried to prevent Palestinians from breaching the divide. In recent weeks, frustration and anger in Gaza was growing over Egyptian plans to construct an underground steel barrier designed to destroy tunnels used to bring in goods and supplies.
According to the eyewitnesses, it was a civilian rally, it was a peaceful rally, and the shoot started from the Egyptian side while one of Hamas leaders was addressing the rally.
Egypt, under increasing public pressure for not doing enough to alleviate the suffering of fellow Arabs and Muslims in Gaza, says its policies are aimed at merely defending its sovereignty and the integrity of its borders.
I don't think any state can accept leaving its borders exposed or unwatched. We used to have an agreement over the crossing points in 2005, and as a result of the Palestinian internal conflict, it was suspended. We have lived up to our historical responsibility and we cannot abandon it. However, our national security rises above any other consideration.
Organizers of the Viva Palestina Convoy will not only be bringing in a message of solidarity to the people of Gaza, but they plan on taking a message from the people of Gaza to the outside world. That message being that nearly 2.5 years into the Israeli-imposed siege on the people here, it is time for the international community to do more to put an end to their suffering. Ayman Muhyiddin, Al Jazeera, Gaza.